Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to do what if I did Total Drama All Stars and who I would add in the cast. You can see I've got people from Gen 1 and Gen 2. So we're gonna go through these people exactly and then pick who's gonna be in the All Star season out of these 38 people, I think. So let's do some obvious ones. In the first, Stacey, Dakota and these are for the Gen 2 cast. Sam, obviously not. And this is everybody we have left in the Gen 2 cast. And the people are taking out here at early booties like Eva, Ezekiel, Sadie, Katie, Blaney, we're gonna keep Bridget and Jeff down here. I don't want them to compete because I want them to host Aftermath, and yeah, that'd be good. That'd be fun. So out of all the other contestants, this is all the contestants that we. Oh yep, Bear. Oh, Bear. And no Sierra. I feel like Trent would not want to compete. Look, guys, at the end of season 3, was Izzy still brain? Nah, she wasn't. She wasn't. What's the point? Because Izzy is going to make the cameo in All Stars and like the boxing challenge. So she got 2 cameos in season 4 and 5. So I don't think we need to add her because yes, and if you don't remember, she was in all of the season 4 in that one season 4 episode all that time. So I don't think we need to add her. She got too much screen time, I think. Oh no, she didn't get too much screen time. It's just that she's gotten quite a bit of screen time, more than some of these people got here. So now we're gonna be picking people out of these 2 casts that I think will be in All Stars. And the obvious ones out of the way: Cameron, Brooke, Zoe, Scott, Joe, Mike, Dawn. Wait. I think the stuff of Mal is really crap. Should I add Mac? I don't think I am. I hate the crap that goes on with Mal. And they've already made it far. We've never had like an only Zoe season. We've never had that, so I think we should remove Mac. And then we have Lightning and Maria. Sorry B, you did not make it that far. This is like half of the Revenge of the Island cast here. But yeah. contestants that we're gonna have here. So we're gonna have Cody, Alejandro, Heather, Howard, Lashana, Lindsay, and Carla. You could say, oh, nah, I think we should add Owen and Noah as well, and you're gonna be the wedding around Courtney and Duncan. I think the Duncan stuff could literally be fixed off screen. I would like all of that Courtney and Duncan stuff to be fixed off screen. I would hate for them to bring an arc here to ruin the whole show, because they want a thing, because they want there to be more drama. So the people who are gonna be here, so we're gonna have so these are the people who have made the season. So that's 1, 2, 3, 17. It's 18 contestants. This is enough for season. So for the heroic hamsters, it's gonna be Brooke as the captain, obviously. Dawn, Cody, Harold, Zoe, Lashana, Owen, and Cameron. And for the villainous vultures, Alejandro, Heather, Gwen, Noah, Lightning, Scott, Maria, and you know what would be really funny, yeah? I think if they had Lindsay and Tyler on the villainous vultures, just to help. Literally, they're just gonna be there. So, okay. So episode 1, like I always do, non-elimination. I hate when they have an episode 1 where somebody gets eliminated. And I forgot the whole section over here. And Bridget and Jeff aren't like the hosts of the season. They're hosting the Aftermath, yes, because we're gonna bring back Aftermath. I wonder what Aftermath would be like with Gen 2 and Gen 1 contestants interacting. Like, let's say for instance, like all the Gen 1 and 2 contestants that aren't competing in All Stars or were invited to the show, yeah, and they all react, and the reactions to each other would be pretty interesting, very interesting. Episode 2. I think this would be an obstacle course challenge here, and they would have to bring a maggot, a hamster, and a vulture across the thing. I know that's like a challenge from season 4, but I really want to do this because if we bring back challenges from season 1 and season 2, that would be very interesting. Gen 1 and Gen 2, that would be really interesting. So, yeah. They would obviously set Dawn first. Brick and Camel. Brick. Then Dawn would give it to Brick. Then Camel would get it to Almost Fell. And then he throws it to Cody. Cody catches it, and then he brings it to Howard. Scott, the villainous team, would do very well. They would pass it very frequently, yeah. And then Alejandro and Heather would still hate each other for the last season, and they would let Howard get in the lead with giving it to Owen, and Owen would think it was some food. Then Howard would be like, Owen, it's not food. And then you would be like, oh man, I was gonna shove that thing down my mouth. And so that sounded weird. And for the villainous vultures, Alejandro eventually passes it to Heather, and then Heather passes it to Noah. Then Noah passes it to Gran. Then Gran passes it to Tyler. And this is where I think something would go on. Tyler would try and make Lindsay remember his name, yeah, again, and impress Lindsay by like jumping into the air like that, yeah, and then like slipping onto the ground, yeah, and then he falls up there and Lindsay catches, and she's gonna be like, oh, what am I meant to do with this again? And then Heather goes up to Lindsay and says, bring it to the finish line. And then Owen then passes it to Zoe, and Zoe then passes it to LaShawna. There was a race between Lindsay and LaShawna. LaShawna passes Lindsay with quite ease, yeah, and it looks like Lindsay's about to lose, yeah, until she's like, I'm not a quitter, I'm a winner, something corny like that. And then she would run with all her might to the finish line, getting the dub for the villainous vultures, and the heroic hamsters would have to vote somebody out. So who do I think would be going from the heroic hamsters? First, they would keep Dawn as a valuable asset, just in case there's like an animal challenge again. Everybody did their part in the challenge. Pretty well, yeah. And what do I think would happen? It would be like the first vote from season 1, yeah, where they're thinking about who to vote off, yeah, because they've literally got nobody to vote off, yeah. And they would think, why don't we vote off Owen? He literally is not the smartest. He literally made it far in every season, and he could be and he's probably like the biggest threat on this team, especially when it comes to strong fires. And then they think, we've got Brooke when it comes to strength as well. And I'm sorry, Owen, but you're being the first boot here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Episode. And if you think I'm gonna make Owen return, I'm gonna think about that. And in episode 3, it's the cliff jumping challenge, diving challenge, and I think Dawn would get some birds to make her lightly fall into the, make her carry her down to the ocean. Yeah, so she would do it for a team. Yeah, that's what I think she would do. And then Brooke would jump, and I think he would bang on the mountain a couple times, and then would make it into the circle thingy, but would be pretty injured. I think the same thing would happen to Cameron. But then Howard, I think he would try and impress Lashawna here, and he'd be like, yeah, 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 and then he miserably fails. Now let's go to the villainous vultures. I think Scott would be scared that Fang's in there and would be like, I'm not doing it. So he would obviously get a chicken hat. And don't even think Cameron would do it. So I think he'll get a chicken hat as well. Other people I think would not do it. Is all of the contestants from Gen 1 already did it, so I think they would be able to do it. I think Alejandro would be able to do it with ease. And now this comes up to these 3 Gen contestants and Gen 2 contestants, and I think they will jump. I think they will all jump except for Scott. This team I think will not jump. I think everybody here will jump except for Cameron. Anyways, this doesn't do a big part in the challenge anyways. So yeah. Well. Then yes, they'll be trying to make a hot tub again, and they all need to help carry the whole thing. Yeah, they'll all need to help carry all of the equipment there. So I think Brooke would get 2 to show that he's useful. Because all the Gen 1ers have already did this. I would see Dawn trying to help her team, so she would call over like some bears to help them push the whole thing there, yeah, back to the camp, yeah. And I think the heroic campers would get there first, yeah, and they would start rapidly building, and Lightning would be like, "Shy Lightning, shall I do this all by myself? So yeah." I think would happen, and then Lightning tries to do it all by himself and miserably fails. And I think the time they all get there, they're all looking at Lightning, and because he thinks it's a one-man team, but it's not. And the heroic hamsters, he thinks it's a one-man team, but it's definitely not. And the heroic hamsters get their luxury hotel. And in episode 3, they obviously vote off Lightning. Episode 4, Lindsay would finally remember Tyler's name. But the sad part, it'll be a truth or dare challenge from the second episode of Revenge of the Island, and Lindsay would be like, "What's truth? What's the truth or there? What's truth or there again?" And then, yeah, she would miserably fail for the challenge for her team, yeah, leading the villainous vultures to lose again, and they would vote off Lindsay. Tyler obviously be being saddened by this, but yeah. She stuck around for 4 episodes, 4 episodes, guys. Don't be angry. Don't be mad at me, please. In the actual All Star, she was all the way down here, and she's made it 3 episodes later. But I think that would an elimination like that would actually happen, and I think yeah, episode five, yeah. We're gonna bring an old contestant out of Gen 1 and 2 to help. And secondly, that Courtney and Duncan gonna debut. I think I literally am gonna keep on for merge now for a different part of the season to me. I was gonna do Ezekiel, but he's feral. What can a feral Ezekiel do? So yeah, they say that they were okay. So Chris leaves the island here, and they're like, why did Chris just leave the island? And they think, maybe there's another, maybe there's another serial killer around. And they're like, maybe. And they're like, what are you guys talking about? And he's like, because you two didn't make it to merge, yeah? We're talking about the serial killer challenge from season 1. And they'd be like, oh. Oh yeah, I will watch that. Yeah. I just kind of forgot Tyler trying to sound cool. And but and the first person taken away would be Tyler. Molding that Lindsay's gone and or something. Next person, I think. Nah, actually Harold, I think, would be the next person. Gone. Courtney would get revenge for winning the votes on her in season 1. Next person gone. Cameron. Next person gone here. Alejandro for playing her in season 3. And yeah, next one. I think Duncan would go after Cody on purpose, yeah, trying to get him eliminated for punching him in season 1, in season 3, and yeah, Cody will be the next one gone. So it's only 3 people left on the heroic campuses, and 5 people from villainous vultures. Yeah, Courtney and Duncan would team up to go and get everybody, oh, get everybody from the heroic campuses, and they would all be gone. And then comes back to the island and is like, haha guys, that was all a fake challenge, and I literally never left the island. I was watching the whole thing. And everybody be like, what? And they'll be like, we're introducing 2 new contestants to the game, Duncan and Court. 2 odd contestants to the game, Duncan and Courtney. Courtney would go on the heroic hamsters, and Duncan would be on the villainous vultures. And because the heroic hamsters wins, yeah, because the heroic hamsters lost, the villainous vultures would be the people in the spa hotel, and basically, yeah, I would say it would be like the end of season one Courtney. It would be like season two when Courtney debuted, and whoever she voted would be eliminated. And literally, because nobody here likes Courtney at all. I don't see anybody who's getting along with Courtney. Courtney is Courtney would obviously be the one eliminated, but her vote would be her vote would actually be Harold. And you guys are like, why did I do Harold? And she's like, because she's literally got the power on this team. I think she will vote off Harold, mainly because of what happened in season one when he reaped the votes on her, yeah? And yeah, she's showing all that. Harold for that, so Harold would be the fifth person gone. Episode 6. So yeah. This is where we would start seeing some alliances in play, in start to form. Like no one knew he was not going to make it far if he didn't have an alliance, yeah. So he would be like to have let's make an alliance, and he would she would get the third most desperate person on this team, Tyler, to join them, yeah. Thing would find a way to get revenge for what happened to Lindsay, and he'd be like, okay. And yeah. And I think and he would and like on World Tour he wasn't that sad that Lindsay was gone, but I think he'll be that a little bit more sad because she finally remembered his name but got eliminated in the process. And I think he'll be very sad over that. And yeah. So so yeah, as well, who do I think they'll be able to get in this alliance? Because they want it to be big, and there would be a very big chance, yeah, that Joe would want to join them, and Heather would be like, Joe, if you join us, we'll help you get whoever you want out in this alliance, and they'll be like, oh hell yeah. Gwen and Duncan would be on good, would not be on very good terms because of the dunking situation. And if you're like, why am I bringing this up here? It's because, do you think these three contestants are going to make it as far as they did before? If you think that, oh hell no. So basically, this challenge would be like the one for. You know what? Now instead of me doing the challenge, let me do the friendships that would probably form and see in the heroic hamsters. I think Cody and Cameron would get along, but like would get along fine, but not that great. But I think they'd still get along fine. I would say that the Revenge of the Island characters would realise, mate, we'll probably have an edge on this team, yeah, if we all made an alliance, yeah, and they would be like, yeah, that's fine, we could do that, and these four would make an alliance, and they would be like, we have enough to get Courtney out now, because they were literally all six of them were gonna vote out Courtney anyways, because nobody wants her there. Now this challenge is gonna be a cooking challenge from season 1 again. Dawn would literally refuse to compete in this challenge because he does not want the animals to cook the animals here, and she would think that would be very wrong. And guys, have you ever realised this? I feel like Dawn's probably a vegetarian. Have you never realised this? Has nobody ever thought about that? Dawn might actually be a vegetarian. Maybe. It's just a theory. Don't really know. That's Mummy.
Oliver, when you see these lights on, turn them off. They're not meant to be on. Open the thing.
Okay. How did you just get out anyways? Which one does it go in? I think. Yeah, the show now. The show now would be head chef here, and because Cameron did a similar challenge in Revenge of the Island, I think he would help. And but of these guys, instead of them cooking stuff from inside inside the cabins, I mean the area where they get the food, yeah, they will be doing it. They'll be getting things from outside, and literally Dawn would refuse to compete in this challenge, and she's never going to cook an animal. And Courtney would be like, "Oh my god, come on, just do it. Nobody will care that much, anyways." And I think, yeah, these guys were all here for the challenge. They will definitely be good working together, and I think we'll be working together. And I think the heroic hamsters will try their hardest, yeah. And I think in the end, the heroic hamsters would lose, and they were going to originally vote out Courtney, but because they realised that Dawn was literally refusing to compete in the challenge, they all vote out Dawn. Yeah, so now episode 6, and she was the 5th, but not high. Not higher than she did in Revenge of the Island. It was literally one place higher. She got 6 episodes, guys. Be grateful. Episode, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There are 15 contestants remaining, guys. Okay. I'm gonna be like the podium challenge, yeah, where they're trying to get, where they were trying to push the podium. Cut the podium from the rope up on the tree, yeah, and guide it all the way down. Then I think Scott Wright remembered the strategy, yeah, from the OG, from Revenge of the Island, yeah. And and, and he's gonna and you would get Alejandro, then Anne Maria, Gwen, Duncan, Joe, Heather, and Tyler all to stack up on each other for him to cut down the big totem thing, and they would have the early lead. But I think I would say Cody would finally do something useful here and not just be carried by Sierra. He would see that they were all incapable of getting it down themselves, yeah? So he would literally try and make a sharp pointy thing, yeah? Okay, like a knife, yeah, and he would throw it up at the rope, yeah, to try and get the totem down. But he would miss so badly that he could not recover from that miss. And they would be like, and Brooke would come to Cody being like, good job, at least you tried. And they would be and he would be like, yeah, I tried as hard as I could. Only Sierra was there, she would be able to help me. And they would be like, who the hell is Sierra? And you'd be like, she helped me in season 3 get through most of the competition, and now that she's not here, yeah. Basically, she would say to Brick that she's his girlfriend, and Cody has a girlfriend, aka Sierra, and he got carried by her for most of World Tour. I think it would be better to know that Cody knew that he got carried the whole season instead of him. Not knowing that he got carried, and they would be like, guys, we still got a chance. Let's win this. And they'd be like, yeah. Brick would jump high, yeah, and get the spiffing that Cody made and throw it at the rope, yeah, managing to barely cut it off, yeah. They would all jump down. They would all jump on the totem thing, and with Brick's strength, they would all push it down while Brick was barely holding on it. And the villainous vultures, they were halfway there, yeah. But then they realized the heroic hamsters passed them, and they win. Then the villainous vultures, they lose the challenge. Cause Heather has an alliance with these. Who would they vote off? This would actually be a very hard choice. It would either be Gwen or Duncan. I feel like Scott would be on this and they'd be like, oh, you're trying to get down the couple, are you, eh? And they'd be like, yeah. You can't have any of that drama on the team. That will affect the whole competition. That will affect all of our team and how it works. They could even be forming an alliance. And I think they would do the initiative and get the winner out, aka Gwen. And then Scott would now would go into a confessional and say, I've got a plan. I'm going to eliminate every winner on this team. And would say, Heather, you're next. Then after that, Duncan. But then Chris would come and say, you guys think you're done? Nah. You have to vote off a player that will be banished to the other team. And they will be like, I think we should all just vote off Tyler. I don't think he wants to be on the villainous vultures. So they literally just all vote off Tyler because he literally is not that villainous. And they've got the initiative and they have now got Tyler on their team. Episode 8. I think Chris would realise we've got too many contestants still around and we should have both teams vote off a player. Okay, interesting. The first would be the villainous vultures because they lost the last challenge, and they think would go to Noah, hey, and Duncan would be like, I heard Heather was going to vote you off next, Duncan, and Noah, she was using you as a pawn, and Noah would be like, I know he's lying, but I'm literally going to go through it because I know it was an alliance and I was gonna backstab Heather anyways. It was gonna be fake shelter. Okay. Literally knowing that it was not true, but I wanted to see where he was gonna go on this. And Maria would be like, what are you guys planning to do? We're planning to get Heather out, and they will be like, Alejandro will definitely be in with this. and with a with a 5, with a actually no, with a 6, with a 1-1-5 vote, yeah, Heather would be out. Oh no, we're not done. And if you guys think we're done, or hell no, it's the heroic hamsters time.
Can I do my testimony on it?
I'm recording a video.
I need to do my testimony. If I can't do my testimony, I have to get 45. Do I need to get 45? No. So I need to get my testimony
I'm
done.
recording a video to Wonder. You can do it. You can. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you in 10 minutes. Alright. He's so dumb. Even. Anyways, they would have to vote somebody off, yeah? And I feel like they would all know they're gonna vote off Courtney. So, double elimination, and Heather would go. Heather and Courtney would go bye bye. Now that there were 12 contestants in the game, this would make the whole season a lot more interesting. So now Chris would say this is the last episode of the teams. After this, you'll be merged into one ultimate team. And yes, this challenge would be the Fear Phobia challenge. Let's say Amaria goes first, and Amaria is having a bad hair day, and yeah, that would definitely be Amaria's, and I don't think she would overcome having a bad hair day, so she would automatically lose. Next, Joe. Joe's weakness would be Joe's would definitely be looking chopped as fuck. So yeah, I think she'll be able to overcome that though. Noah's would be I think this would be a funny one, getting a piercing done by Duncan, yeah? And Noah would be screaming the whole way through, but being able to complete it, so they would get 1 point. Tyler's would be Lindsay would Lindsay would forget his name again, and they would play clip. Oh, it could be chickens still, but I think it would be chicken. But I think Tyler literally overcame that first, so I think it'll be Lindsay forgetting his name again. So, and Chris would get some clips from season 3 where Lindsay was not remembering his name yet, and he would be able to overcome it though, because yeah, he would. And also, So, but what I think would happen between the two teams here, I think I'm gonna have to spin a wheel to see who's gonna lose this challenge. So V and H. But villainous vultures would win the challenge. And so somebody from the heroic campsite would go home. Do I think it would be? I feel like these three would be like, let's think about somebody to vote off. It would either be between Tyler or Lishana. I think they would vote off Tyler. I'm sorry, but like I said, Tyler was not going to get very far. He was not. Merge. So these are all the people for merge, and people are gonna be like, but you didn't even get past episode 10 and it's already merged. Cause that's what I can do. It's already merged already. It's merged already. Whatever. I know this is too early for the teams to merge. And I think before I end this video, I'm going to explain why I put the placements in. The people who got this far will got eliminated. Owen, in my opinion, Owen has got enough screen time. He's gotten so much screen time yet that I think he would need to be an early boot in All Stars. So he would need to be an early boot in All Stars to make other characters have more of a shine. To shine. Lightning. Yeah, I literally didn't know what to do with him, and I was not going to let him make it all the way here before merge, and that would definitely be something that Lightning would do. Lindsay, I didn't want her to get booted first, and I didn't want her to get booted second, so I think third would have been great for her. Harold, that's probably one of the most realistic eliminations that I've did there, and I think that would definitely be one of the realest. Dawn. She's probably a vegetarian, so I don't even think she would be able to cook me. I don't think she would want to do that either. Gwen. Scott's plan. I think Scott would be creating a new plan. After that, yeah. Episode 8. That would literally Scott's plan and nobody like on caught in the episode 8. Episode 9, I meant. Yeah. Yeah, I never said that Tyler was gonna make it past merge anyways. Hope you guys liked the video. Bye bye.